Namaste and welcome to Sutra Network. In today's special segment, we'll be uncovering the secrets of global fishing and what's inside the dark waters. The majority of our planet is hidden in darkness, the deep sea. Even on platforms like Google Earth, we don't see real-time images of the ocean. We see only digital representation of the seafloor. For decades, it was assumed there wasn't much activity out here, just vast stretches of open water. But the reality is very different. The oceans are alive with human activity, much of it invisible to the public. Today, we are uncovering the hidden world of industrial fishing, illegal or untracked vessel movements, and the human and environmental costs that lie beneath the surface. First, we'll discuss about the tracking ships on the high seas. Ships are tracked using the Automatic Identification System, that is AIS, which acts like a GPS for maritime traffic. AIS allows vessels to see each other and be seen. Maps generated from AIS data give a real-time view of shipping activity across the world, almost like air traffic control for the oceans. However, there's a catch. Captains can turn off their AIS transponders. When this happens, the ship goes dark and disappears from public tracking. These periods of dark activity are unmonitored, making it impossible to know exactly what's happening. Sometimes, ships turn off their AIS for legitimate safety reasons, such as avoiding piracy, but many use it to gain a competitive advantage or engage in activities they don't want to be seen. Historical AIS data shows many vessels disappearing near protected areas, marine reserves, and exclusive economic zones. Second, industrial fishing fleets and the global scale. Analysis of global AIS data reveals patterns of massive fishing operations, particularly in hotspots like Galapagos Islands, Ecuador, and other parts of South America. Here's where it gets astonishing. The largest industrial fishing fleet in human history belongs to China, with about 57,000 industrial fishing vessels. It accounts for nearly 44% of all global fishing activity. These fleets operate thousands of miles from their home ports, targeting valuable seafood like squid, tuna, and sharks. The fleet is organized like a floating city. Smaller fishing vessels catch the fish, then transfer it to the massive mothership. Refrigerated supply vessels that refuel and restock them. This allows the fleet to stay at sea indefinitely, fishing relentlessly without returning to port. This isn't just a commercial effort, it's a state-backed geopolitical and economic strategy. With subsidies, intelligence, and occasional security support, the scale is unprecedented. Tens of thousands of vessels operating in almost every ocean, often near or even inside exclusive economic zones of other countries. So what's the highlight? This fleet, the biggest in history, allows China to dominate the global seafood market and supply its massive population while projecting influence far from home waters. Third, life on board the vessels. Life on these industrial fishing vessels is intense, brutal. Imagine being at sea for months, sometimes years, with no way to contact your family. Many workers have their passports taken away, trapping them on board. It's not just long hours, it's a dangerous work. Day in and day out. Decks are slippery, heavy equipment is everywhere, and exposure to harsh chemicals and ammonia from squid adds another layer of risk. Squid vessels are especially grueling. The fluorescent lights they use at night blind you. The decks are coated in layers of a slime, and there's a constant smell of ammonia mixed with sweat and fish. Crew members live in cramped, unsanitary quarters with barely any personal space. And it's not just the physical toll. It's about the mental strain that's enormous. Isolation, exhaustion, and constant danger lead to extreme stress, depression, and in some cases, even despair. It's a hidden world, a brutal reality that rarely reaches the public eye. Fourth, detecting dark activity. So, how do we actually know what's happening out there when ships turn off their AIS transponders and go dark? Researchers have gotten creative. Night lighted detection allows us to spot vessels fishing at night using bright lamps. Radar imagery detects large metal objects even when AIS is off. And optical satellite images can capture snapshots of ships in real time. There's even radio frequency tracking that gives clues about where vessels might be and when they vanish from the AIS. By combining all these tools, it's possible to uncover hidden activity in places that were once visible. When this data is analyzed, the scale is shocking. Between 72 and 76% of global fishing activity is untracked. A huge chunk of it happens near or inside protected areas where fishing is either limited or outright banned. Ships can disappear for days only to reappear in safe waters, making it extremely difficult to monitor their true impact. But these technologies give us a new kind of eye on the high seas, revealing patterns and behaviors that were previously invisible. Fifth, environmental and human impact. The consequences of this hidden activity are staggering. Environmentally, it's devastating. Overfishing is rapidly depleting fish stocks, threatening ecosystems, and even endangering species that rely on those habitats. Countries lose control over their maritime resources, and traditional fishing communities are often left with dwindling catches. And then there is a human cost. Workers face forced labor, unsafe conditions, malnutrition, and extreme isolation. Many never see land for months or years, trapped by debts, falsified contracts, or withheld documents. What they endure is rarely reported, hidden behind the operation of massive fleets. Even worse, much of this seafood enters international supply chains. It could end up on a plate in your local restaurant, as sushi in Japan or calamari in the United States, completely disconnected from the story of who caught it and under what conditions. So, when we talk about global fishing, we are not just talking about food. It's a story about human suffering, environmental harm, and the incredible scale of industry that often goes unseen. So, to conclude and for a call to awareness, the oceans are not as empty as they seem. While tools like AIS and satellite imagery give us a glimpses into hidden activity, much remain unseen. Going dark allows ships to operate outside the public eye, creating environmental, economic, and humanitarian challenges. By shining a light on these dark waters, we can begin to understand the true scale of global fishing, the cost of industrial fleets, and the need for better oversight. The biggest fishing fleet in history demonstrates both the power and the danger of unchecked maritime activity. Every vessel, every fishing operation, and every decision made at sea has ripple effects, impacting ecosystem, nations, and ultimately all of us. So, if you like this video, do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and visit our website. Thanks for watching.